Hello, I'm Dr. Jeff Smith. I'm going to show you a video here in just a moment that applies to a lot of people out there, and it really gets us thinking about it this time of year, of course, is our ability to lose weight and, more importantly, to keep that weight off. So we're going to talk about weight loss in 2017 for the hypothyroid mom. That means for the moms out there, and even some dads, that have been diagnosed with hypothyroidism and take thyroid medication, yet still seem to not be able to lose weight. You ever kind of wondered why that happens? This video that you're going to watch next is going to tell you exactly why that happens and what the different forms of hypothyroidism are. I believe a lot of you probably don't even know there's more than one form of hypothyroidism. Folks, there's actually 6 forms of it. If you're improperly diagnosed and taking medication that's not helping you and you can't lose weight, there's a problem. We'd like to help you with that problem. My name is Dr. Jeff Smith. I wrote a book called Natural Thyroid Care. That book's available on Amazon.com, and we'll send the links for it as well. If you'd like to learn about the ways to help yourself without drugs, without surgery, that book's the answer for you. We utilize the principles in that book to help our patients with hypothyroidism lose weight, despite being on medication and being diagnosed possibly incorrectly. We'd like to help you with that. So please take a moment to watch this video. See if you can learn something today that just might change your life. Hello, I'm Dr. Jeff Smith. Today we're going to talk about something that just every patient that comes in to see me just doesn't seem to know anything about. Their doctor's never discussed it with them. We're going to talk about the fact that there are more than one form of hypothyroidism. In fact, there's 6. Every patient we see that comes in here and says they have hypothyroidism, they need help, I ask them, well, which form do you have? And they look at me cross-eyed, like, what do you mean a different form? Their doctor never told them what form they have. So consequently, on a lot of occasions, they may be being treated for the wrong form of the disease. All 6 forms of hypothyroidism are different, and they have to be treated differently. So let's talk about them just briefly today. The 6 forms of hypothyroidism. Type 1 is called thyroid metabolism, also known as primary hypothyroidism. It's amazing to me, 99% of all patients I see for this condition are diagnosed with this problem, type 1, okay? The reality of it is 5% of those patients actually have this form of hypothyroidism because this form of hypothyroidism is due to a damaged gland. Well, how many people actually walk around with a damaged gland or have had cancer to the gland? Very few. But most of them are treated for this disease by being given levothyroxine, Armour, Synthroid, something like that. This is type 1. If you have type 3, for instance, and you're treated for this condition, that's why you don't get any better, folks. That's why. So it's imperative we understand what form of the disease we have. This one is only about 5% of the cases. Type 2 actually has to do with hypothyroidism secondary to or caused by pituitary hypofunction. In English, it means when our pituitary underfunctions, it doesn't tell the thyroid to make hormones. A lot of people don't realize this, but the pituitary gland in our brain is actually what tells our thyroid to make hormones or not make hormones. This is also known as Hashimoto's disease. Folks, this is 82% of all thyroid cases. This particular form of hypothyroidism, which is type 2, does not respond to thyroid medication. So if 99% of patients are on thyroid medication and 82% of them have this disease, what do you think the likelihood is of that patient getting better or you getting better? The likelihood is 0, okay? This is the most common form of hypothyroidism. Type 3 has to do with our liver. Our liver is very important in thyroid. A lot of people don't realize this. Our liver converts our T4 hormone into the usable form of T3. If our liver's not functioning properly or under-converting the hormone, we'll have thyroid symptoms. But folks, the thyroid gland isn't the problem. So therefore, taking thyroid medication for this particular problem does you no good. Type 4 is liver overconversion. The liver's overconverting the hormone, producing too much. It shuts down the system. This one also doesn't respond to thyroid medication. Type 5 has to do with a special protein called thyroid binding globulin. Now, many of you may have heard of the free T3 hormone. A lot of you may not have. I hope you have. Free T3 is the actual hormone that our body uses. It doesn't use T3 or T4, it uses free T3. And free T3 is the very last productive cycle of thyroid production. That hormone has to be carried to the cells of our body via this protein. When our immune system inadvertently attacks and kills off the protein, then our thyroid hormone can't get transported where it needs to go. You'll have thyroid symptoms, but the thyroid gland isn't the problem. So once again, taking thyroid medication for this condition does absolutely nothing for you. And finally, type 6. Type 6 is due to the autoimmune thyroid. In other words, our own immune system attacks our thyroid gland, so it can't produce enough hormone. Simply taking thyroid medication does nothing for this problem because it's actually an immune system problem. Folks, it's imperative that we understand as patients and physicians which of the 6 forms of the disease you have. And if the doctor doesn't run 8 different thyroid numbers, not 1 or 2 that you've seen on your blood test, but 8, there's mathematically no chance of figuring out which of the 6 problems you have, and consequently no chance of you getting any better. I hope you've learned something today. If I can be of assistance to you, call us on numbers 479-271-6992. We'd love to help you. Have a great day.